right, hi YouTube. So we are watching the sequel to Soul vs. Soulless. I have my Capcom shill jacket on. Look, Capcom creator. So if he says anything bad about the whole franchise, RE4, OG, or remake, I'm losing it. Oh wait, I gotta put chat on the screen. But guys, we're gonna go in. So I'm apparently in this video, by the way. I can't wait to see my starring role. It's not often where I am in videos, but I'm very excited to see what they cooked up with my commentary. One sec. And we're gonna go into this video with an open mind, guys, and an open heart, okay? Even if you don't like Crowbcat or you don't like his takes, we're gonna go in with an open mind. Maybe we'll leave this after the video is over. We're going to, maybe I will hate RE4 remake and love the OG, or vice versa. Maybe I'll hate Resident Evil and never play it again. Who knows? But I'm excited. We're gonna go in with an open heart and an open mind, like everyone in the YouTube comments after the fact. And by the way, hey guys, if in the YouTube comments, if you say, "Oh, the chat's so stupid," you're just as dumb as they are if you leave a comment like that. Okay, just letting you know. All right, are we ready to watch this? Open mind, open hearts, Capcom shill jacket on, and I'm ready to roll.
Most of the creators in Capcom feel that unless you start bringing in originality into the video games and don't keep doing rehashes, then the video game industry itself is going to hit a major crash eventually. People are going to lose interest in games if they keep churning out the same things over and over again. And we at Capcom, we want to keep making games. That's what we live for.
I work for Capcom.
In order to make sure there is an industry to
the
support
GOAT, Shinji,
us making games, we have to act now. And one of the things we're doing is making original games.
Let me pause right there. People fucking despise Resident Evil Village. That argument of like, oh, I'm sick of remakes. There are so many people out there that say they're fucking sick of remakes, but then you'll ask them their opinion on 7 and Village and they say they're terrible. You can't win with that conversation.
Resident Evil 3, the remake, is just about out there in the wild, and it appears to be...
Okay, pause the video again.
Resident Evil 3...
GOAT?
The remake...
Bro. Crowbcat, how... I don't know Crowbcat. I never watched many of his videos, but how the fuck did this man make 2 videos on RE4 remake and 0 on 3? Like, if you want to trash on a remake, it's right there. It's free content. Like, and no one would argue with you too. You'd have this like 1% of your comments would be toxic. Sure, that happens on any topic. Someone will disagree with you to the point of like death threats. But with RE3 remake, bro, that's you get free rep. Like after this, I seen a lot of hate for Crowbcat after this video on Twitter. Just make an RE3 video. You'll win them all back.
It's just about out there in the wild, and it appears to be another great remake from Capcom.
Okay, they got me with that one too, by the way.
I was really just hitting these remakes out of the park. It's got everyone wondering.
Wait, no, they didn't get me with that one. The ones that said they were bad, man, when RE3 remake reviews come out, I was coping so hard. I was like, there's no way that RE3 remake can be bad. It can't be, because we played the demo and the demo was 1-to-1 like RE3 OG. Yeah, then we played the rest of the game, but whoo!
What will be the next Resident Evil remake?
Oh, 4! Okay, I hope this one's good.
Yes, please. Thank you, Capcom.
Thank you, Capcom.
Thank you, Capcom.
Thank you, Capcom.
You hear
No
the
problem,
Spanish music, you see the forest, you know, we're all shitting our pants.
Last of Us? This fucking video. Last of Us?
Obviously gonna be excited, obviously gonna play it when it comes out.
We are eating well as Resident Evil fans.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Except in the back of the players' minds, in the back of the developers' minds, there's this quiet, unspoken truth, which is, yeah, but if we're being real here, this is just a cash-in. This is not a legitimate artistic effort.
Of these games that they've been remaking, this is probably one that doesn't need of these games.
Hey, did he ever make a video on RE2? Because there's a lot to say about RE2 remake too.
This is,
if you're watching this just as a reaction video, by the way, if you're watching me for the first time, I don't think any remake is perfect. Maybe RE1 remake is the closest, but there is massive problems with all of them.
Legitimate artistic effort.
Well, problems. It doesn't really matter if you find them fun, but
this is
nice transition.
That doesn't need to really be remade.
When I first heard about remaking RE4, my first impression was that since the original is a masterpiece, a remake would be difficult. So I
dude,
didn't want to do
that is Man, if you watch some of my old videos like 5-6 years ago, you watch me running like RE3, and in the commentary people are like, "Dude, did you see the remake in RE2?" And like, "Do you think they'll remake 3 and 4?" And when the people brought up 4, I was like, "Bro, I'll turn the volume up." I was like, "Bro, there is no fucking way they will ever remake 4. Like, how can you remake perfection, dude? You cannot remake RE4." I was coping back then. I'm like, there, and people tag me to this day. I'll have people, "Oh, this didn't age well 8 years ago." Like, go fuck yourself.
It's like a sharp dagger. You see how the original, where it just has like a roughy, gritty edge to it, you can just see the difference when it comes to the creativity and originality.
The remake is soulless compared to this. It really is. It's forgettable, and it feels like they found the formula and they're just like, okay, now we could just remake anything we want. They're about to use that same formula to remake Code Veronica, RE5. They're just gonna do that shit until they've gotten as much as they can out of that engine.
True.
Well, we could
remake everything. I think they're gonna remake legitimately. They're gonna okay, now here, let's see if this ages well. They're gonna remake 0, they're gonna remake Code Veronica, they're gonna remake RE1 again. If you think in 20 years you're not looking at your collection, there's no RE5 remake in there, you're wrong. RE5 remake's gonna get remade. Or RE5 is gonna get remade. It's probably gonna get remade again, RE5 remake. And then they're probably gonna do Outbreak, and they'll probably do Outbreak File 2 or combine the two together. I'm fully expecting all of those games to get a remake.
What's the problem? And I think once upon a time, instead of making
Resident Evil 4,
people made
Resident Evil 4.
Oh!
Once upon a time, they made things. For the first time, they made really impressive things. Once upon a time.
I've worked on a number of Resident Evil titles in the past, and honestly, I think the series had been recycling the same patterns, the same gameplay.
Yeah, you know, people... Sorry, this is sort of on topic, but if you are in the RE community, you know of like the purist, where they only like 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 0, and Remake. And they're pissed that RE4 even exists. Like, there's a lot of people still to this day that think that RE4 was the biggest mistake that Resident Evil's ever made, which it's funny saying it during this video, because this video is probably going to be about RE4 being an absolute masterpiece. But for those who don't know, and I'm telling you the truth, as someone that's been in the RE community for a long time, people fucking hate 4. People think it's the worst fucking Resident Evil game ever made. And Remake probably the same. I don't know. I haven't interviewed all of them. But, dude, I agree a formula can be done to death when you need to switch it up. Where I think when they did 0 and then they went to RE4, I think that was the perfect transition, because at 0, it's not that 0 is a bad game. Like, there are very bad things about 0, like the hook shot, and the no inventory was a experimentation that just honestly didn't work super well in the casual player's favor, and it was just a very hard game in general to play. But that's sort of how you need to do it when you're pushing this the boundary to this formula to death. And when you get to 0, it's like they tried all these experimental things because they felt like they had to, because they tried everything else prior. You needed to get creative with 0, but I feel like it just bit them in the butt, and they needed to switch it up completely. And I also think it's going to go that way with the remakes too. Like, I'm fully expecting one of the remakes, like maybe it's going to be CVX, maybe it's going to be RE0 remake. It'd be funny full circle if we go RE0's remake, but I think we are eventually going to reach a point where this, like, over the shoulder RE2 remakes, RE2 remake, 3 remake, and 4 remake, that style of over the shoulder shooter, it's just gonna feel just bland and boring eventually.
Gameplay each time. The creators were starting to get bored with it, and many moved to other projects. So I spoke to Mikami-san, the director, and we talked about reshaping the series and winning back the fans,
He's like
as well as
Wesker.
winning
Look at
over
him.
new fans who thought
That
they would never
outfit's
play the
crazy,
series, and
dude. He looks like Wesker.
winning back the fans, as well as winning over new fans who thought they would never play a Resident Evil game. So
Yeah, see,
in
that's
order
the
to
important part. Like, getting new fans into the franchise is tough when you keep recycling the same formula, because if you're not into that formula, you're never going to play them, which is something I love about Resident Evil. They always try and reinvent themselves. And even lately with 7 does not feel like any other horror game. Well, when it came out, it was weird to play a first-person game that actually had fun action in it and was also trying to be a horror game. Because typically with like the first-person horror experience, the ones that got popular, like Outlast, Amnesia, whatever else, there was no combat at all. So to see one with actual combat that was still scary was awesome. And it was, again, another time where Resident Evil is trying to reinvent itself, get new fans on board to try out all the other games, because there's a lot of amazing games in this franchise.
The last series, we've given it a complete makeover.
But RE9 surprisingly got a lot of new fans, and it didn't try to be crazy new.
For its time, it was the total game changer. They still make games copying what that game reinvented.
Is Eris just
when
going to be
original
the
came out, one of the biggest
vocal
factors
point
was
of
how
the
fresh
video.
the mechanics were. We knew from the start that in today's landscape, it wouldn't be possible to duplicate that. We never set that as a goal. Instead, our goal
I ordered
was
the
to implement
chainsaw controller, by
evolutions
the
that
way.
have occurred since the original
It was
released.
$1,000 fucking
This rework has been simply titled Resident Evil 4, as if to say that this is the definitive edition of the game. But there's the problem. The definitive edition is, by that definition, the one that defines a work as an influence, the one that people will think of when they think of its name.
$1,000 Canadian dollars.
No, man. Resident Evil 4 takes it by a long shot.
Would anyone bother to remake this remake?
Is the action still there? Is the atmosphere and kind of like the more goofy elements of Resident Evil 4 still in there? And it's all in there.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
They just take the IP,
I got the suplex,
aesthetics,
fuck it, dude.
the branding of Resident Evil 4, and then they grafted on this lame Last of Us style ripoff with parries and stealth sections, and there we go. We did it. We remade the game.
Wait, is this Eris? I can't tell who that is. Who's talking?
Yeah. They just take the IP, the aesthetics, the branding of Resident Evil 4,
isn't Eris.
and then they grafted on this lame
It started
Last of
sounding
Us
like
style ripoff with parries and stealth sections, and there we go. We did it. We remade the game.
It's a flicker.
This is a bit of a stretch.
Yo, it really is The Last of Us. That's wild.
That's waifu.
It has all these different individual elements pulled from all these different sources. Then they're just kind of...
No, I'm not saying it's a stretch that it's like Last of Us. I mean, that particular clip of like, you could just shoot the fucking guy in the face.
thrown into a blender. This is millennial game design. And that is your game.
I mean, that's a fact. It has the Last of Us formula. I mean, it just showed the facts right there. But see, the problem is when people see stuff like that, like a lot of underdeveloped brains are just like, okay, wait, they just showed me that it's like Last of Us. I hate Last of Us. This game fucking sucks.
What is this? I mean, the chainsaw guy was the marquee villain of RE4. He's on the cover. You can't just trivialize the guy who's supposed to strike terror in your heart by Sekiro dinging his ass off you with a knife.
You want to trivialize? Well, the one in Remake is far more dangerous. You want to trivialize the one in RE4 OG? Literally, hold in the run button, tap W, and he swings every time you run by him.
Putting that lifeline in place.
But this one is way harder to read. The OG chainsaw guy is only a threat if you're really, really slow at the game. And it's killed me many times, okay, in randos that you guys are going to post clips of me dying to the chainsaw guy. Obviously, you can still die to literally anything in any game. But chainsaw guy in the OG, like his AI is extremely simple. If you're holding and run and you press forward, he'll swing. That's how that is how he's programmed. So saying that he's not as big of a threat in this, I think is ridiculous. Like this guy, just watch anyone play the game. Chainsaw guy kills a lot of people.
We know we can block the chainsaw. We know we can block it, so we're not scared of it anymore. It takes away the tension. Whereas in this, you know you're going down when that chainsaw guy gets close. There's a sense of tension there.
Don't show me dying to the chainsaw, please.
Very
bad.
Capcom. Like, really? You ain't even gotta route your enemies no more. You don't need to do all that. All you gotta do is pop up LB to stop every single monster in the game.
And all you gotta do in the OG is shoot them once in the head and they stagger.
Increase the durability of the knives, and then do it again.
So many knives.
I mean, they give you so many knives. It makes you wonder why even have durability if you're gonna have so many knives.
Yeah, the durability, dude. By the way, I'm not like a knife fanboy in RE4 Remake. I like the parry because it's really fun. And it switches up. Like, the funny thing about this topic, guys, is that, and this is such a silly part of the video. If you pretend, this requires great thinking. You're in a world where the parry in RE4 Remake didn't exist, okay? Now people are saying that it's way too similar to the, oh, it's so boring, just play the OG. It's all, they need to do things to change it from the OG. And if the knife wasn't here, people would be saying the same shit, different side of the coin. It's just,
I have 2 more knives.
And we all know it, and if you don't know it, you just don't have the fucking capacity to think about it.
I didn't know I had so many knives.
In addition to that, the chainsaw...
Now, whether you like the knife or not, that's one thing. But I'm just saying that this idea would be complained about no matter what way you shape it.
In the original game, it's quick. It's sudden. There's no fucking like, let me rev this chainsaw up. 10-second fucking little death scene animation. No, your head's chopped off, you're fucking dead. Boom, out of nowhere.
I love the
That was the beauty of that.
I do prefer dying to the chainsaw in RE4.
So they just don't understand.
Like, yo, where's the meat of the video?
They don't get it.
They've managed to suck all the character out of the UI of this game. The menus in the original RE4 had way more character, dirty, rusty, reflecting the game's environment. Now the UI has this cold, clean, empty, minimalist look, which doesn't suit the game. And even judged on those terms, it really lacks a sense of style.
I think this is the problem with a lot of modern games, that they just don't have, they're not stylized in a specific way. And Resident Evil keeps doing this, where all the menus are just super clean. They have no personality. And it is a franchise where, the menus always had personality in Resident Evil games. And now they really don't. They are just all very samey, like black and white. But
to see some cool animations.
The files lack the photographic detail that made them feel personalized in the original.
The whole screen would transition into an engaging piece of art.
I do miss this. I miss this background art. I say this every time I play RE4. I love all the art in RE4. All the splash art, all the background art, everything. It's so cool.
You'd go into a certain room, and before you even knew what was in that room, you'd have that safe room music.
Oh, there's no safer than music.
Ending a chapter used to have this unhinged, jittery text matching the crazy, macabre events unfolding.
Yeah, these flash arts.
Cool blocks of writing on top of a bright, washed-out picture that made it look like some weird old case file being displayed on a projector.
I love those.
RE0. There's no character. No one's remembering that in 15 years.
Who do we keep hearing, by the way? Who is...
Forgettable, clinical, lack of any individuality. It's like a soulless corporate entity made this shit.
Coming in this section didn't give me the feeling that someone took the time to design any of this. No aesthetics to it whatsoever. It is just realism. At least it's, it's just realism. And this is when I also knew, yeah, this is like RE8, that's the first thing I thought of.
When you turn on a game,
that was heavily cherry picked, because the castle has amazing, well done, well thought out sections with the art. Listen, I think that the RE4 OG has better aesthetics in general, but the castle's done incredibly well. And it just showed boring parts of the castle.
No aesthetics.
Honestly, if you're gonna show parts of the OG, why this? It's not even cherry picked that well.
To it whatsoever. It is just realism. At least it's, it's just realism. And this is when I also knew, yeah, this is like RE8.
By the way, this happened with the Soul versus Soulless video. A lot of people just don't think when they watch stuff like this. My best example from Soul versus Soulless of the cherry picking was they showed one of the cooler upgrades in RE4 Remake was when you're getting thrown down the well, okay? And they're pouring that disgusting shit down Ashley's throat. So in Soul vs. Soulless, they show the OG, and this happens throughout the whole video. They show the OG cutscene, and the reason why they didn't show the remake is because it's arguably better. Arguably better. I'm not saying it's bad, it's arguably better. And he didn't show it because why would you show that? When you're trying to prove a certain point, you're trying to not show anything that will deter from your point.
That's the first thing I thought of.
When you turn on a game, you see a bunch of stuff. Some of it you'll recognize.
Yeah, that's fine if you totally disagree or agree. I'm just saying, just sharing
and then
a fact about the
video.
There
are the things that make you go,
Megascans is one of the largest libraries of high-quality 3D assets.
they're using everything from video games to movies, and there's over 14,000 assets.
It just feels way more generic. It feels like every other Resident Evil game, where 4 felt so distinctive.
Are we about to get into Cherry Pick Central? I love the aesthetics in
across the top of the Great Hall there.
Hey, Mr. Beast here. Today we're gonna buy every item in this store. Let's do it.
Resident Evil 4 will soon be getting the full modern Capcom facelift.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
All these games are
Capcom.
asset flips, dude. It's like literally the same thing.
The village in the original game had this really stark, empty, desolate ghost town feel to it that really was unnerving.
Yeah, don't show. Yeah,
and eerie.
I'm just letting this
Instead, what
play
they
out.
went with the remake is that it's overgrown and cluttered.
It looks pretty linear. Like, when I mean linear, I mean super linear.
I know this voice.
Despite the old one being linear,
RE4 assets were reused a ton as well.
it still felt that. It still felt.
I don't know about
pretty
in RE4,
open,
but after they
and it
reused
still
them, it's
felt
just
like
the
you
formula
could
they go with.
anywhere, despite you couldn't. It still looked and felt like you could go anywhere.
It felt too boxed in and way too cluttered.
And that's kind of the go-to plan for the remake is whenever we want to make something scary, let's just make it cluttered, dark, and bloody. That'll do the trick.
And they're shoving it down your throat. They're shoving it down your throat. Every freaking piece of this game is blood everywhere. Let's plaster blood everywhere in terms of the aesthetics and in terms of just overdoing it.
Well, they just wanted RE4 Remake to go on a more deeper horror approach than the OG.
In the original, you go into the village and you don't really know what the fuck's going on.
By the way, you want a real fucking take to this conversation? Ask someone that their brain isn't fucking... They didn't go through the brainwash of scanning social media to see if someone else's takes align with theirs and just parroting the most popular streamer says, that's rich coming from me, but hear me out. I always think of talking to my 11-year-old nephew who played RE4 original first and he loved it, and then when he played the remake later, because he doesn't sit on YouTube and he doesn't like digest all this filth online that changes his opinion. Like, he has a solid opinion on something, watches one YouTube video, and then he thinks completely differently because it just molds around whatever someone says. It's got so many likes, I have to think this way. Like, it's the most popular way to think, I gotta think this. But you ask my nephew, when he played 4 Remake, he likes Remake way more than the OG. And you want to know why my 11-year-old nephew likes 4 Remake more than the OG? Because the OG is too silly. And one of the parts he brought up on stream was that when you're shooting Salazar and Salazar goes, "Ow, that tickles." He's like, "That's way too silly. It takes me out of the moment." And that's why he loves the remake, because the remake has a more serious tone. It's more immersive in that sense. I don't mean it's more immersive with the atmosphere. Obviously, the atmosphere is superior in the OG, but it's more immersive because it's more of a horror game, where this is more of a silly, cheesy action game. But they're both very similar. I'm just saying, if you want a real take from someone, if you want a real understanding, don't ask people that just watch YouTube videos all fucking day and their mind changes depending on the like count.
There's one scene where, you know, the lady is hung up by the pitchfork, but that's basically it until you get to the chainsaw guy.
And part of the mystery of this game is finding out what these new enemies are. I can't say that they are not zombies.
It looks like the people here carry out their lives like ordinary people. They even read books. Yeah.
The people in this house.
You know, say what you will about the shitty story in RE4 OG. I do like the storytelling in that aspect of the inspection of items, telling you a little, like the Ganados can clearly still do normal tasks like tend to the hay and feed the cows and chickens, and you know they read books. So it tells you a little bit about the horror that you're in.
Eat like normal humans. Huh. They use toilets. Guess they're at least somewhat civilized. I mean, they are.
Yeah, like this. The flavor text is cool.
Human, as far as we're aware, right?
In the process.
Thank you, Harry.
You'll find out who these people are and why they're doing what they're doing.
But honestly, in my first playthrough, I didn't pick up fucking any of this shit. I didn't even think about it really. Like, I just like shooting Ganados in the head and kicking them.
There's a build up to it, and there's a...
Honestly, only recently have I got into the stories of Resident Evil. Like, I mean, I know the stories of RE games for the most part, but I didn't really care much about them until we did the story marathon a few months ago. Now I love it, dude.
Build up
I didn't
to it in a way
realize a
that
lot of the
makes
stories are
sense.
actually pretty cool.
This is
Or
coming right out
lore,
of the
not so
gate
much
with
the story.
stupid shit.
No fucking way.
wait.
In the process, you'll find out who these people are and why they're doing what they're doing.
There's a build up to it, and there's a build up to it in a way that makes sense. This is coming right out of the gate with stupid shit.
No fucking way.
No, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
In the original, the reason why the chainsaw guy was scary because he looked more human. And this, it's just like fucking like dinosaur eyes. It looks stupid. It's fake.
It feels
Who are we here? Like, this video is revolving around one person that fucking hates the game, but I don't know. Is that Crowbcat or is that another YouTuber?
Halloweeny. Sacrificial lambs.
There's something far more unnerving about the villagers' lack of acknowledgement in the original RE4.
This is the beginning of the game?
They're just shoving it right in your face.
Yeah, these are just people's opinions. That's why I'm not saying much.
Oh, this is...
Like, whoa, you think, like, well, I can't really say if that guy personally finds Dr. Salvador scarier when he's not mutated as opposed to mutated. Okay.
This is spooky, you know. Let's remind the gamer that this is spooky.
Personally, I can't really speak on the scares because I'm fucking 60 years old and no game has scared me in a long time. Unless it's like Minecraft graphics, then I'm scared.
When trying out this new camera, there was a lot of trial and error, seeing how close to or how far from the character would work the best.
You cannot move and fire at the same time, nor can you strafe from side to side as you can in a typical shooter. This dynamic has an exceptional way of heightening tension, since your foes love to try to surround you.
I actually really like that he's including all these old videos from like when RE4 was first released. I haven't seen like any of this.
With the remake and its generic third-person aiming, you're never wondering what's behind you.
Oh,
know
Mercenaries theme in the background.
You can just start aiming at all directions.
You can reload mid-reposition while angling the camera to keep an eye on the enemy.
I'm constantly like rotating the camera and checking where I'm like, what's behind me.
You don't have that whole risk-reward system of having to manage what's...
All right, so we want to go back. So let me get this straight. We want to go back to tank controls now. And we're currently, you know what's funny about this topic? We're currently in this movement on social media where people are bitching that tank controls are unplayably bad. And then you have the other side of the coin where people are like, no, I love tank controls. I love both though. Where it's like, so far this whole video is just like, my opinion.
Creeping up behind you.
Before, you were trapped in this cramped space with an unpredictable monster who would dip around all over the place.
Not my opinion. I mean, it's just we're hearing opinions, not like
the camera system never quite.
And that disc clip, like, that's just like taking it to extreme context. He was probably just raging at a fucking speed run.
Allowing you to keep track of him at all times. Now the edges are sanded off and it's less intense, less memorable.
Plus, with a narrower view, there's more tension, and by being up close, it's easier to feel like you're right there in the game.
It is not the way it is because it's an old game and the designers didn't know any better. It isn't outdated just because it isn't like every newer game.
カメラの画角、普通の TPS と今で言う TPS とも違う
Nowadays there's this assumption that adding features to make a game more in line with modern audiences' expectations automatically makes it better.
Now when he runs, he has this weird sort of delay or inertia. He doesn't have precision in his movement. There's this heaviness, awkwardness to it where you're never quite fully in control of Leon's movement. And then on top of that, there's...
So wait, the 4 is really good because the lack of movement. 4 Remake's bad because of the lack of movement. Got it.
There's a lot of gun sway and there's a lot of imprecision with your aiming in terms of actually lining up and firing.
And the reason I assume, by the way, the what's it called? The bloom in this game is brutal. It's bad. But I see that as they're probably going for along the lines of like they don't want pro shooters to be able to just, you know, outplay every situation, which you still sort of can with the bloom, but yeah, the bloom is bad in this game. Which I don't think they're talking about the bloom.
Wow.
But
How did that hit the box? Dude.
Yeah. The bloom in RE4 Remake, man.
Excuse me?
Holding down while aiming for a few moments will increase the accuracy and chance of a critical hit.
Like, did you see that?
Sometimes shot
Yeah, it's so bad.
stagger, sometimes they
Oh
don't.
my god.
Are you kidding me?
Bring back the laser sight! Wait, there it is. Spicy!
Dude, I kicked this guy and shot him in the head 4 times.
You know, I didn't even see Spicy on the side. I thought it was Spicy because I seen that white hair on the mask, because he always uses that mod. Or he always uses that skin tone.
Dude, I kicked this guy. Dude, I kicked this guy and shot him in the head 4 times. And he's alive. What are you made of?
You want the angriest clips? Just look at speedrunners.
Furthermore, stuns come in the forms of so much fuckery in this game.
That hit me? No shot. Why is he so tanky?
Somebody can walk in a window, and if you're near that person when they climb in the window, you will get stunned.
Why can't I stun him jumping
Big
out the window?
boss!
The gameplay, it's not Resident Evil 4
Oh, I'm
gameplay.
covering
Like, I
him.
don't know what they were like. Resident Evil 6 is more akin to Resident Evil 4 than this because it is more action arcade.
They knew the fundamentals of what makes a game feel good.
You can lure enemies to a door, push a dresser in front of it to block them, and then shoot through the door to buy yourself more time.
Oh, I miss shooting through doors, dude. That is a gripe I have as well.
Manual. It's in the hints section. You can shoot enemies
I
through
have
wooden doors.
Ashley, get in the room. Get in the room. Run.
Where
are you going?
Yeah!
In the originals, she's as easy.
El Lago? Who the fuck is El Lago? Am I right, people? Man, I miss strategy guides so much. They are so sick. I love strategy guides. I used to read the Animal Crossing strategy guide all the fucking time, man.
To work with as AI companions come. She stays right behind Leon, and the camera even zooms out so that you don't lose sight of her.
Wait, follow me.
All right, Ashley, wait here. No, Ashley, stay up here. With me. Oh my god, please don't. No problem. They're making me take her through the fucking maze.
You can no longer freeze her in place. Instead, you can only change the distance she follows you from.
Bro, how... Can you not run past? You're Ashley's too slow.
Ashley's way more annoying in the remake, but
You okay?
well, it goes 2 ways. There in a base playthrough, I think Ashley's more annoying in the remake. If you're doing, this is actually quite a complicated topic if you're talking about past a first playthrough. But the game, it's not that it's like less annoying, but the game is way easier if you could tell her to stay, like in the OG. So, I mean, the reason that they did it like they did it is just to make sure that Ashley's actually like a detriment to getting through a hard gameplay segment. But dude, and like, this topic is super rich because if we're shitting on Ashley's like how you operate her. Do you guys ever read the criticisms from the OG RE4? People fucking hated the Ashley mechanic. A lot of people, obviously not everyone, but like anything you could say about Ashley sucking in this or being annoying, you could say about the OG.
Because you have so much.
But with this being said, now you have people like the people that'll do commentary on this. I'm one of these people. They have like 100, 200, 300 hours in OG RE4, but they might not have the same playtime in this, so they don't know how to operate Ashley as well. But once you learn how she works, it's not that
control
bad.
over her, and there always tends to be a gap of some kind between you. She naturally gets into more trouble.
You didn't see me.
Ashley, don't walk in front of the shotgun.
Now there's some great clips. Oh, sorry, someone just showed up at my door. There's some great clips of you're aiming down scope, and then Ashley disappears and you shoot her.
Too bad none of these. Hey, Ashley, get your ass over here. Oh god.
She artificially stuck to you like a magnet and could wait or hide away whenever you tell her to on a moment's notice, which is why whenever she gets hurt or gets captured in the
Shoot those
original
barrels on that
game,
wagon.
it's mainly your fault for not positioning her correctly.
Ashley, get back in the fucking locker. Ashley! Ashley!
I sort of love this because it makes for great moments like this. Imagine if she had perfect AI, we wouldn't get these moments. And look, he clearly is Ella's loving it, dude. I sort of like how trolly she is in the remake because it's just, it leads to funny moments.
Amazing AI, dude. Woo! But I'm not even.
and the bloom too.
No.
Oh my god.
Wait. What the fuck was that about?
Are they behind me?
You're always wondering, wait, is something behind me? Is something behind me? Is something behind me?
Check them behind me.
It's the way the camera system creates that effect. And what's also beautiful about it is the art direction of the castle complements that. It is brightly lit. It is beautiful. It is ornate. And yet something's off. Something is wrong. But that wrongness is subtle and
yeah, this sort of contradicts the clip earlier. Sort of. Well, the clip earlier was like, oh, you're swinging your camera around to look if things are behind you. Or so this is sort of contradictory to his point earlier. But I mean, we've gotten this far to already know that this video is very nitpicky. But it's just everyone has their own opinion on things.
Disturbing. So what did they do with the remake? They turned it into a generic horror show.
Blatant, oh yeah, this is spooky.
Fog does not equal scary. I don't know what's up with modern remakes always have to add fog, and their fog is like overdone.
Instead, they just add shadows and smoke and red light and blood and writing on the walls and oh, isn't that so scary?
Is Resident Evil 4 Remake scarier than the original?
Of course.
So scary.
This is rich. Like this. It's hard for me to pause the video and talk about this topic because you could make a whole video on this, but people hated the fact that RE4 OG wasn't scary. They fucking hated it. And this is their attempt to make it scary. Now, yes, obviously if you're a 30-year-old man and you're walking up to blood on the wall, it's not going to scare you. But as I referred earlier to my nephew, who's actually of the age where things are still supposed to be scary, he said the game was scarier. And by the way, I thought RE4 OG was terrifying. I thought that game was scary as fuck, dude. When I first played RE4, I legitimately thought it was a scary game. Regenerators aside, I thought the first of the game when you're in the village was also scary. But like, why even talk about, yeah, they're adding blood everywhere? Because RE4 Remake, at its core, is going for a darker tone. It's going for a more horror-oriented game and a more horror-oriented experience, which is why all these things
is Resident Evil 4 Remake scarier than the original?
Of course.
I think.
And earlier talking about like, oh, RE4 OG is a well lit, everything's well lit up, everything has good lighting, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. That's because they aren't going for that horror feel, and RE4 Remake is. And this isn't like, oh, my opinion. That's how it is. Like that's the point.
It's the opposite.
And in the marketing, they said they were going for a more horror-oriented experience. So I'm sure that hopefully this video shows.
In the original, Leon would make jokes.
Well, I mean, they just showed it right there.
Only in cutscenes and comms calls. So all of the cheesiness was confined to intermittent cutscenes and comms calls.
Does Leon still say, and I quote, "I knew you'd be fine if you landed on your butt"?
We don't have him say something like that. Okay.
The cutscenes and comms calls are a lot more serious in tone. However, the remaining 95% of the game is punctuated by continuous quips and jokes from Leon while we were in the middle of combat.
Bill me for the repairs later. I am flattered. But I'm a one-lady type of guy. Sorry, you're not my type. Watch where you're swinging those things. Guess your tap dancing days are over.
And the reason he's like this is from 4OG. I don't believe in the OG. Does anyone even say anything during gameplay? Ashley says, "Are you all right, Leon, after the Mendez fight? Wait, follow me. Shoot those barrels on that wagon." Like Leon mostly says, Leon, I don't think says anything. ever in gameplay, which I'm trying to think. He's locked in the OG. Yeah, he is fucking locked in. Does he say anything? I can't remember. No, that's in a cutscene. During the Krauser fight. No, in the OG. Oh no, when Ashley dies, yeah. He says nothing. Leon upstairs is Luis. Man, am I brain dead? Yeah, I don't think he says one thing out of a cutscene. Except wait, follow me.
God damn, you're a big boy. You got worms too?
What? You got worms too?
No food for you. Ah, the entertainment. I guess this is their idea of a warm welcome.
I mean, I can't say I hate this stuff because they were my fucking vocal stems as I played through the fucking randomizers and the challenge runs and the speed runs. I'd say that shit all the time.
Not bad, right?
I mean, that's why we like Leon, because of the one-liners. I mean, that's why a lot of people like him.
Hi there. You okay?
Hi there.
What can I say? Dogs like me.
Think you can swallow me whole, huh? You guys
That one's the best one.
are really starting to become a giant pain in my ass. Wow, Ramon, you are really slacking on your pest control.
Now, the funny thing is, if, like, it wouldn't be the same audience saying this, but again, when I see things like this, you have to critical think. Imagine a world where RE4 Remake, Leon didn't say anything out of a cutscene, not one single word. People would make this video, but say the opposite thing. Like, Leon is fucking soulless. He says nothing. He never says anything. Like, he's the most boring character ever, which would be funny. I would like to see that world. But, like, that's the thing about these nitpicks and a lot of complaints in this video, and many critical videos on a decent game, okay? It's that whatever you say, you could say the opposite. Like, people be saying the opposite in a different reality. You know, it's a topic where you just can't win.
That's your true power? Oh, I'd ask for a refund. Present for you.
Present for you.
Jesus.
People hated Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 5 because he never... I hated that in Metal Gear Solid 5. Dude, okay, I'm not going down the road of Metal Gear Solid 5, but yeah, he was way too quiet, man. Oh my god. And I know why he was...
is that
like,
these
I'm not
stupid
getting into
voice
that.
lines undermine the atmosphere completely, and due to their frequency, make getting immersed in the horror practically impossible.
Yeah, that's true. That could be true.
You're Ramon's lapdog. Frozen's a good look for you. Sorry, must have slipped. Eat this. It's gonna take more than that.
A little off topic, but one thing I love about RE2 Remake is when you're shooting something on Leon's... Fuck!
So we're playing hide and seek, is that it?
You know who talks too much? And I'm surprised it hasn't been shown yet. The merchant. The merchant talk. If we're gonna bring up the topic of talking too much, I'm sure he'll enter the video eventually, but the merchant talks way too much.
Oh, there's a window.
Ruin me!
We can't go through the window? What the hell? But it's got tape on it.
I haven't seen any yellow marked
The
barrels
yellow
yet.
tape.
Is that yellow jizz or is that just hay?
For our game designers, affordance is a great way to communicate to the player what they can interact with or where they can go. It's not a single color that's important. It's using consistent color and shapes in the context of the environment.
We have the yellow tape. Oh!
Cheer up, Crowbcat. You taking notes?
Instead, why don't we literally paint lines in the level that the players can follow, even though it looks absolutely absurd?
I don't know what like research and data they found from players, but clearly someone suggested to Capcom like they need more guidance. They get upset when they get lost in front.
One of my favorite things about watching streams, I'm so guilty for this. There's so many times where I'll play a game, like I on yellow paint, I'm sort of indifferent, but people that hate yellow paint, I wish I lived in a world where we were like cyborgs and I could inject like a brain chip and see someone every playthrough someone has done, like someone that hates yellow paint is the worst. You put it in the brain chip, you see all their playthroughs, then you see a playthrough of like I can't even think of a modern AAA game without yellow paint. Not because they don't exist, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But see a playthrough where there's no yellow paint and watch them just get fucking lost and complain about being lost for hours. It's like a one-to-one thing.
And then they have a tendency
so
to
like
not.
I think yellow paint, like it is immersion breaking and it is stupid. Like if your game is well crafted, then you should just be able to push the player in the correct direction just with how the game is designed. And that goes with brilliant game design, which Capcom chooses the route of splattering everything with yellow paint. But at the same time, just to be devil's advocate, when people bitch about it and then you see them play a game without it, that's actually sort of confusing. You hate it until it's gone.
Continue playing. And that's why Capcom has plastered.
But yeah, they overdid.
Have a tendency to not continue playing.
But
and that's why Capcom
I don't mean this as RE4 Remake. I mean this as a general topic about yellow paint.
Plastered this game.
Or whatever color you're gonna put. Like Silent Hill 2 used white cloth, and then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, every fucking section is splattered with some color.
With nothing but...
What are they doing?
Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
FF7?
Just follow the line. How simple is
Remake?
that?
Or I mean Rebirth.
Thanks for the yellow paint. Never would have thought to walk up here.
I've seen some dumb sections where it's like, why is the yellow paint there?
Oh my God.
Like, is the player that stupid?
Yeah. Yes,
Fight
they
them
are.
off.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
We are
Like,
aiming
and
to
that's
create
the
a
thing.
Resident
That's why
Evil
we
4
need
that
it.
everyone can enjoy. So please look forward to it.
Thank you, Nelthius.
Thank you so much.
This reminds me of the tweet that went viral a few days ago of the person that said they loved Resident Evil, but they fucking hated finding keys in RE games and figuring out where to use them, like old RE games, the classics, where there was no yellow paint or no direction. Like the reason why this is a complicated topic is because let's look at CVX for a second. Code Veronica, so yellow paint just didn't exist back then. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Code Veronica is a game where it's not very obvious where you're supposed to go. And Code Veronica, you'll see, just go do your own research, okay? Code Veronica is a game where you'll go check someone's tier list, it'll be on S. And then you go check another tier list, it'll be on D. Why that is? A major part of that is because people get lost in CVX. They don't know where the fuck they're going. So again, with the nitpick conversation, this is a very opinionated video. And like with yellow paint, like a majority of people hate yellow paint, especially people my age where we grew up without it. We grew up on games that were unforgiving. That's it. You didn't figure out what to do yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're dead. Oh, your rental's over. Return the game, rent it again if you want to beat it. But you'll see with things like CVX, if CVX had yellow paint, it'd probably be a higher rated game, generally speaking, because people wouldn't get lost as fuck. But yeah, it's just a tough topic. And you could argue what I'm saying, like, oh, well, it doesn't need yellow paint. It needs better game design. It does. Yes, it does. Because there's a lot of games, especially back in the day, and CVX is a great example. Tomb Raider 4 is a good example, where RE0 is a great example, where player A gets lost on something and they're lost for hours, and player B just happened to get the right luck to go the right way at the right time, and they didn't get fucked by the game.
Why didn't you show the laser, bro?
But if I had it my way, I don't really. If yellow paint was gone forever, sure. If it's in more games in the future, don't care either. All I care about mainly is a game being fun.
Why didn't you show the laser? Why didn't they show the laser?
How do you look at the original game?
Why didn't you show the laser, bro?
Wait.
Thank you so much.
Why didn't you show the laser, bro? Why didn't you show the laser? Why didn't they show the laser?
How do you look at the original game and say, oh, let's change this to a generic crosshair?
I always felt a laser sight was a more immersive reticle than putting a white dot in the middle of the screen. You can unlock laser sights later, but you can only equip them to certain guns.
You only get it on 2 weapons, fellas.
So if you're new to watching me, I have 700 hours in RE4 OG, and I think I actually have 700 hours in 4 Remake, or 7 OG. What the fuck did I say? 4 OG. Sorry, I hardly slept. 4 OG and 4 Remake. I think I have 700 hours of both. This is something I never really cared about. Even when I played RE4 Remake, I didn't even think about it really. And when I got the laser sight, I used the Punisher in my first playthrough, but this is something that's not even. I do not care about it at all.
That's it?
I do like the laser
it just
sight.
doesn't fit on the Red 9.
So the guy that told me the lasers in the game lied to me.
It's all in there.
That won't cover it, I'm afraid.
You can't afford it.
Quests to unlock the fucking laser? I mean, it's a Ubisoft game.
Hey, why not go through?
You know what I hate? Actually, now I'm going to finally say something that might be controversial. I miss unlocking shit in games. Now, this is not really the same topic, but you know what pissed me off? I forget what game it was recently. I think it was Smash Ultimate. I love unlocking shit in games and then having it for your next playthrough. Or unlocking secret characters. I love that shit, man. I love that shit. And I hate when you start a game and everything's just given to you. Now, obviously, they're referring to like every gun having laser sight off the rip. But sorry, this just triggered my stupid brain into thinking about unlockables, because people nowadays people hate unlockables, and it blows my mind because that was one of my favorite things as a kid, just playing through a game and unlocking cool shit. I love doing a side quest and getting something cool. Doing a side quest in a fucking game and getting gold for it, I'd rather fucking kill myself. Doing a side quest and getting something cool like the laser sight for a weapon is sick. By the way, this game also has side quests that give dog shit too.
Again, and kill 3 rats.
You want to talk about dog shit rewards for a side quest? Killing Nemesis in RE3 Remake. Why? Part of me is thinking, I'm 29 minutes into the video, or 23 minutes into the video. How has this guy not made a video on RE3 Remake? Like, bro.
Killing 3 rats? Seriously, guys?
Kill 3
2
rats.
videos on RE4
Sell
Remake
3
and none
vipers.
on 3?
Kill another 3 rats. Shoot some more blue medallions.
And of course, the way it works, like with all remakes, is that Capcom have taken the level design of Resident Evil 4 and stretched it out.
It's more open and explorable than before, but even if you mainline it, it doesn't feel as...
Yeah, they should have cut stuff like RE3 Remake learned from this. RE3 Remake cut some boring locations like half of Raccoon City and the Clock Tower. They should have did that with this. Fuck expanding the areas.
Tight.
It feels like I'm just doing errands around the lake.
I feel like
Village is my least favorite part of my first playthrough.
there needs to be a little more sense of urgency when it comes to that.
What's your sit rep?
President's daughter, Baby Eagle.
Fuck Island!
What is this now? Oh, dear Lord.
For fuck's
pacing
sakes, a
in
puzzle.
the original game is incredible. It's one of the highlights of that experience. You can't fuck with that.
Many of these areas seem
God
to be
damn
gated
it.
off, but can be accessed by solving small puzzles.
That's just going to make the extension of this game, padded garbage.
Shit, they took my gear.
Hey, am I tripping? Where's all my stuff?
Pull the first switch, pull the second switch up top, drop down.
This part sucks. I hate this shit.
Go through the door.
Least favorite part in the whole game.
Or activate the next
I always do the skip.
switch, go through the door, activate the next switch, go through the door, activate this switch.
I don't mind this puzzle.
I'm not gonna lie, this game is dragging.
You have those forced in-game cutscenes and Leon starts moving really fucking slow, or you gotta squeeze through this thing, or you gotta move that thing like an RE2 remake.
This is not a load screen. You think this is a
game
load
is-
screen?
Got it? Sorry.
This game is dragging. A human being thought the game was dragging. All right, our remake sucks.
I'm counting on you.
Come on!
Can we just go?
Jesus fucking Christ!
I owe you one.
Oh my god.
You know what we should do is, you know what would have been a better part of that? Chain her up to the wall, shoot off the bindings to her while she screams help, and then shoot zombies for 2 minutes.
No, is this like a fucking section?
I don't like this. Duffel bag actually saved this part.
It is. Forced. Walk.
I'm never a fan of this, but that's the speedrunner in me.
In chat. Load screen. I love you, Ashley section.
With mods, this section's decent though. If you know, you know.
You're gonna take out the
That part sucks, dick. Okay, I said my least favorite part in Remake. I fucking hate this section in DOG. It's so unfun.
container boss, and you're gonna put this shit in, dude?
That's not our policy. You have to order something
I
from the
hate
lunch
the
menu.
container box. Thank God they cut that garbage.
I don't want lunch. I want breakfast. Yeah, well, hey, I'm really sorry.
It's one of my favorite parts of the entire game, having to rush through this small, cramped collection of cages while the clock is ticking.
It was
Yeah,
a
I'm just
fucking
sharing my own
terrifying
opinion.
sequence, and that
Thank you, Johnny.
challenged your head a little bit because you had to figure out where to go within that maze. And in addition to that, he was attacking, and in addition to that, you were on a timer. So you had 3 things going at once, and that's why they cut it. It was too difficult.
That's cap. It just sucked.
I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, did this part happen? And then it's like, it didn't happen.
I like all the
And I'm
errors.
past
Like
it already.
commentary.
It seems like they've cut a lot out.
The stuff they've added doesn't begin to cover the worth of what we lost. You're creating a remake and it has less content than the original version that was almost 20 years old.
This is what I mean, dude. All they do is fucking remove shit. Why? It's a fucking remake, dude. Are you remaking the game or fucking what?
What?
Dude, it's fucking
than the original version that was almost 20 years old.
What they did here, by the way,
all they do is
what they did here, so like these guys outside the door, when you go through that door in the remake, they made the double Garrador room way fucking harder.
shit. Why? It's a fucking remake, dude.
This is such a triggering topic because, like, again, this whole video is the same thing I've been talking about the whole time. It's just in 2 realities, they did it 1-to-1 and they did different stuff, and in both realities, equal people are pissed.
Are you remaking the game or fucking what?
What? Come on, man. No rope?
There's a bunch of shit that is removed, and it's a continued tradition here with these RE Engine remakes.
For some reason, I do not.
It's weird that RE4 Remake has taken the flack for this because RE4 Remake, in terms of the RE Engine games, is the most faithful when you count in separate ways. And it expands a lot too, where RE3 cut like if you're going to make a video like this, make it on RE3. RE3 cut literally like 80% of the game. Actually, okay, I have fucking 1900 hours in RE3. I have, well, only like 200 hours in RE3 Remake. But trust me, most of that, like a majority of that game is completely gone. And if you're making a video, like, it's so weird to see this topic about RE4 Remake because trust me, guys, RE4 Remake was very faithful. Yes, they cut a couple things, but they also like we just went over a section of this video that said they expanded a fuck ton of areas, and now they're ragging on about the cut areas, which only cut a few things. Where it showed here, what were the examples that it cut?
Tradition, bunch of shit that is removed, and it's a continued tradition.
Yeah, this stuff in RE2 Remake.
Here with these RE Engine remakes.
For some reason, I do not see nobody talking about cut content in this game. To call out Resident Evil 3 Remake cut content and not call this game out for cut content.
The chained up Ashley segment. Like a lot of the rooms that are shown here were just redesigned. This is actually fully cut, this down here. But a lot of them are just redesigned.
Can't help you.
Like so the reason why this is a little nitpick, like this is borderline rage bait, is you should show the next screen with the added areas. It would quadruple this screen right now.
I can't help you.
You can't talk to him?
You forget your makeup or something? Yeah, it's weird you can't talk to him.
Like, if you want to talk about unrealistic, like the Salazar statue and how stupid that played out in the original, that doesn't make sense, right? And then you have this massive roller coaster underground. It is so unrealistic, it's not even fun. Like, it actually just takes you out of the experience because it's like they want to try this grounded approach. Which
Dude, I like this 10 times more than the OG The OG minecart part is fucking brutal to sit through.
Feels like an anticlimax. Increasingly a scripted, Uncharted-style Sony set piece rather than an engaging death trap that you have to use real ammo and reflexes to ward off with a horde of chainsaws and ganados dropping directly into your cart.
Now he wants more realism. Yeah, this video is a little... Video is very back and forth.
Capcom to release the original trilogy on PC.
When's
Capcom
my part?
Literally met them with, why would you want the old games when we have the superior remakes? And I'm just like, huh?
They didn't do the Resident Evil 4.
That pisses me off. Dude, RE9. In RE9, when you buy the DLC, okay? You buy the DLC, and they reuse the RE2 guy saying Resident Evil. Why not re-record it? Holy fuck, dude. What do they have against the Resident Evil? It's one of the best parts of the franchise. You want everything in this video. I don't give a fuck about this. I care deeply about, like, because it's so easy. It's so easy. Just Resident Evil. Why not? Why not? Like, God, it's just free fans. It's free everything. It's just objectively good. Like, why not add it? It's so insane to me. And in RE9, seriously, they just redid the RE2 one. It's the guy who says Resident Evil, and it's such a weak one too. It's such a fucking weak one. It's like literally D tier or less. But it sounds like, well, I'm finally sharing something of myself, and it sounds like nitpicky, yes, but I'm not gonna I'll react to this video. But I have been playing Resident Evil games for 13 years, or well, streaming them for 13 years. But how many videos have I made nitpicking the fuck out of an RE game? What, like 5 maybe in 13 years? Like, I don't really give a shit about that. I give a shit about this, but like the majority of this video, it's just like whatever. I don't really overly care. But this Resident Evil shit, man, the reason why I'm passionate about this is because it's easy to add. It's not like completely change the formula or you're going for a different vibe or anything like that. Just put Resident Evil, man. Crowbcat finally got me. Well, my brain is, I think it's functioning relatively normally. I'm not sure. I think I am insane, but just because someone posts something that, like, I am not someone that okay, how do I word this? We live in a time where you can make a YouTube short about, like, I only shower every 2 days, and people will fucking hate you over it. There will be people that block you over it. They hate you because of that. I'm trying to give like a really stupid, nonsensical answer. Like, but let's say Crowbcat fucking hates RE3, or like hates the OGs, hates 1, 2, 3. I don't care. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I will still hear someone out that has the opposite opinion of me. I don't care. Like, I'm always up for hearing someone's opinion, whether or not they align with mine or not. I don't go into these videos, like Crowbcat's videos, I can't wait to correct him on everything. I'll hear him out. I heard out that fucking video about RE2 Remake being garbage. I don't think RE2 Remake is garbage. I also don't think RE4 Remake is garbage. But I'll hear it. Like, I agree with a lot of this video, sure. But the video feels sort of pointless at the moment.
Can we please stop hiding the classic Resident Evil?
Yeah, like when this gets turned on, you buy it, it should say Resident Evil. I want to hear that shit.
Title call behind the OG soundtrack swap.
So that's DLC though?
Pay extra.
It's all in there. A little while after the game was released, new DLC was added into the game in the form of purchasable, exclusive upgrade tickets for your weapons in the shop.
You have a ticket, do you?
Yeah, you can buy the exclusive
all the
tickets.
Decent attaché cases that are actually worth jack shit are locked behind the door.
So this is free brownie points. If you call out payable DLC and stuff like this, like, everyone's going to agree with you. So you'll have like free comments, and your comments section be like, yeah, dude, fuck the exclusive tickets. Like, obviously, you're like, everyone hates this shit.
Deluxe edition DLC.
No one's gonna be like, no, I love buying shit that should have been given to me.
Treasures that cannot be found with the various treasure maps obtainable in the game. Yo, it seems a little OP. Yeah.
Pay to win.
It does point them out to you, but it also just creates new ones that didn't exist before that. That's the pay to win treasure. This one right here.
Yeah, I try to avoid those in my challenge playthroughs.
Sapphire, boom. That's an extra 4K that I wouldn't normally have. Like, that's so lame.
The Mercenaries mode, a staple of the Resident Evil franchise, was also not included in the game at launch. We had to wait later for an update. When it finally did come out, it was unfinished, as Ada and Wesker were nowhere to be found, and there was one less stage.
Waterworld was a huge and elaborate stage, but the
I miss when games just released and they were finished.
box is just a small
Buddy bought it, yeah.
square. And this stage is also ripped from the story where Leon has his final battle with Sadler.
So much for no cut content.
I think my favorite thing in this whole fucking game.
And this stage is also ripped from the story where Leon has his final battle with Sadler.
So much for no cut content.
I think my favorite thing in this whole fucking game is those bald dudes in the castle that like kidnap Ashley and go like.
Thank you, Leon. Finally, people are talking up Waterworld, dude. I thought everyone hated it, but not anymore.
They took those guys out, dude.
That's a part of the mood, the vibe, the atmosphere. You never not hear the fucking voices.
Now, with this topic, I do wonder if this is nostalgia. I fucking love the RE4 voice. Hey, I just did a tier list on best enemies in the franchise, like not too long ago. Ganados are fucking in the top 5, okay? I love Ganados, and I love every enemy in RE4 OG. I love the voices. But part of me feels like this conversation is probably nostalgia fueled, because for stuff like this, seriously, this is something I'd want to ask my nephew, like, oh, what do you remember most about RE4? Because he's played them both, like he's not stuck in that past right now, like he doesn't have the rose tinted glasses on. I would love to hear his opinion, like, or many young people's opinion, or people that just played the game, or ask them like a year later, because when you're asking fans of this game that played it 1,000 times growing up, it's just solidified in their brain, and they like that. It's just a vocal stim for them, and it is for me. Like every time I play RE4, I'm screaming about all the voice lines. But I do wonder if this is sort of nostalgia, because I truly don't know, and it's hard to know, because the only way to get a grasp on it is asking someone that's not nostalgic, that just played the game, has no ties to Resident Evil. Like, they're not, you know, they're not a fanboy just saying what you want to hear. But in my opinion, the voice lines are iconic in the original. Like, one of the best parts, honestly, like top 3 parts of the game is the voices in the OG. I love them so much.
Notice that there's no interaction or any talk between the villagers.
Who is this person we keep hearing? Throughout this whole 30 minutes, it keeps referring to one faceless streamer that just fucking despises the game. Like, the video sort of centered around this random streamer. I don't know who it is, though. Or content creator.
There's no vibe here. There's no atmosphere. You're getting nothing except gibberish now.
A big part of that game's charm is what the enemies say. The voice lines.
No dejes escape. I am por detrás. Bloqueale el paso. I love that one. Chainsaw. Great chainsaw. ¡Está en la trampa! Shit. Yeah.
This game is so sick, dude.
Get him, die, brains. Get him, die, brains. I want to see, I've said this before, I wish they recorded this in multiple languages. Get him, die, brains. Part of the reason this is so cool is because it's Spanish.
Leon?
Just get him, die, brains. Morte.
Is there a single go hello in this entire section?
It's still there. They still have the same
Go
pulse,
hello.
but they seem less energetic.
Go hello. Agarrando.
Where's the energy in the performances? I mean, they're shouting in the original.
That guy was on my YouTube shorts before.
Ahí está. Mátalo. Ahí están. Matando.
You're not getting the delivery on these performances anymore.
I agree. I like the voices in the OG more. But again, like I touched on, I don't know. I mean, I actually legitimately think they're better
parody
in the OG.
of their former self. The graveliness of it sounds like a put-on, like someone doing an impression.
Long time no see, rookie. At first, I hated Krauser at first, like my first playthrough. But now, after a bunch of playthroughs, I sort of love him.
It is me, Triple H. I'm here to fuck you up. Oh, rookie, rookie.
I don't think she does that bad of a job. I mean, she doesn't do that bad of a job.
Flip the script.
She's cool.
Don't worry, Leon.
Never mind.
She sounds awful, dude. Wow.
Pull yourself together, Luis.
Yeah.
Voice.
Make more. You know how, just do it.
I fully agree here.
Sometimes some actors totally like fuck up their auditions, but if I feel the vibe is right and I can work with them, I'll go for that one rather than someone who did a perfect read, but I can feel like he's an asshole or she's an asshole.
Capcom keeps going the cheapest route possible for the English
Hey,
voiceover.
that's what I
And you
work
might be
for.
wondering, well, how do you know this? It's because the old voice actress of Claire Redfield, Allison Court, she actually did an interview with a YouTube
She was
channel
at
called
PEI
Residents
a few
of
weeks
Evil,
ago.
where she talked about this whole process.
Were you already in the union back there? And when did the union come about?
I was union. I've always been union.
You always, so, since the very beginning.
So all of these fans who are like, well, it was your fault for joining a union and demanding more money. It's like, guys, get a grip.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, most hate comments online are coming from mentally ridiculous people.
Mr. Kennedy. This George Washington looking fuck.
I said this at the start, but this is the perfect time to say it. Watch. I'll try and retweet them or show them to you guys. When the inevitable hate for me watching this, because relative, comes on Twitter, watch. You click any hateful fucking piece of shit comment on Twitter, and you'll see exactly what you're expecting. You click, and within one scroll, you'll see racism, sexism, homophobe, transphobe, whatever. You'll see this radical person that their whole timeline is fucking hatred. And go check the person. I didn't even check this before I quote tweeted this guy. My most recent tweet, like the thing I retweeted with the quote tweet of the guy's like, I can't wait till that shill Bawkbasoup reacts to this shit. I clicked his profile today. Like, go click it. Just go click it and scroll. It's like, yeah, this is the kind of people that talk shit. It's just a bunch of people that are fucking stupid as fuck.
Is not cool. He doesn't give me this fucking awesome vibe like it in the.
And they're probably here right now. They usually are. Like, these people are like, you know, you're not well mentally when you're watching someone you hate. Like, seriously. You need desperate help.
The original where he was
like filling your life with negativity is proven to actually like hurt you mentally and physically. Like, this has been proven with science for years.
He has that little laugh before you meet him, and it marinates.
Leon doesn't even meet.
Okay, I'm surprised we've gone this far without talking about this, but in my opinion, so I love both Remake and OG, okay? For different reasons. But the OG, I love most of the characters more. Like, I think Sadler is a letdown. Every character, I think. The only upgrade is maybe Ashley. I do like Leon a lot in the remake, but overall, I think the characters, I'm just not as interested in them.
Sadler until near the end of the game, and he only
Luis
meets with
is
Salazar
better, yes,
3
in the
times
remake.
before the boss fight with him. This causes Leon, Salazar, and Sadler all to suffer.
But see, okay, I don't know why he's mentioning these things, but sorry, I forgot to clarify for you guys. This is the second video this guy's made. The first video, this is the Soul versus Soulless guy, by the way, and this is his second video in RE4 remake released years later, The Grudge, dude. But may I add, like, bro, no video in RE3 remake. I can't stress that enough. This guy has a vendetta against 4. I think what happened is 4 remake was the first video he's ever published that got clapped back, and it just never left his brain. And that's the curse of being a content creator. Sometimes when you go years and years and years without people saying they hate your content, and then finally release something where they hate it, like there's a big divide, which is what happened with Soul versus Soulless. It sort of throws you off the rocker, man. But like, no RE3 remake video is insane. Like, doing 2 videos on 4 when it's probably the best remade video game of 2, 3, and 4 is nuts to me.
Characters, because Leon isn't
There's so much to say about 2 and 3.
Communications with them.
So much more to say.
When he's beaten, I almost thought that something was missing.
And that's the entire game. Like, these villains don't feel like villains and shit.
You'll face severe consequences.
I have
absolute control.
In the original, whenever he had a monologue, I was like, dude, I love this guy so much, but I can't wait to kill him type of thing.
I love Sadler in the OG.
Leon's comms, and throughout the game,
he's so forgettable in the remake.
Make life generally difficult for him, and inject much-needed character moments into the game.
Oh,
and expand on difficult for him, and inject much-needed character moments into the game, and expand on all 3 of these characters further.
Oh, Bruce, you're breaking up. Is Salazar about to hijack it?
Damn it. So much for that.
Maybe this jamming it. Okay, no hijack yet.
All you get is 50 seconds of Salazar
Oh my
talking
God.
through the
Okay, no hijack yet.
I actually complained about this in my first playthrough, and the comments roasted me because as soon as he started talking, I shot the thing, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? I thought it would interrupt him, and it did interrupt him, and I just didn't notice.
Is 50 seconds of Salazar talking through the castle's intercom, and that's it.
Stage is set for the final act.
All of it just reminds me of RE8 again. I'm
never
sure
thought
you're
of it
getting
that way.
tired of all of it.
You know, the sad thing about Village is it sort of is like a cheaper RE4 remake. Like once you play RE4 remake and you go back to Village, it definitely I'm not saying it ruins the experience, but it semi cheapens the experience. But
Are talking through the castle's intercom, and that's it.
Stage is set for the final act.
All of it just reminds me of RE8 again. I'm sure you're getting tired of RE8, but it's true.
I mean, this is a massive stretch because Resident Evil reuses this shit all the time, bro. All the fucking time. Resident Evil is king of the samey boss fights. And that's one thing about a lot of these nitpicks is you could just say it about every RE.
One common issue throughout the remake with boss,
or not, like obviously when it's the compare and contrast between remake and OG, you can't say that. But I'm speaking specifically about nitpicks.
was the lack of seeing the boss transformations. Something that add to that shit just got real factor gets stripped away.
It just cuts into a cutscene and then you just see the reveal. Even though in the original,
the OG is way
can
cooler
see
for
the
this part.
transformation.
The problem is in a remake is that every transformation is hidden from the player, or shown way too close, or cut up in the screen so you can't see it. In the original, you have some way too close, or cut up in the screen so you can't see it.
The
In
Krauser one is
you
fine.
Absolutely will see the transformations.
But
and
that
has
is
a
cool that it
horror
shines. Yeah, that one's cool.
Sadler getting the bullets out of him in Resident Evil 4 OG actually presented with a bit more intimidation, as there is a sense of dread instilled by not knowing what he was doing. There is nothing like that here.
The cinematography alone in the original game is just like light years ahead of this game, but no one cares. No one cares about where the camera's placed. No one cares about the performances. No one cares about anything.
We spent a lot of time and effort in making the total finished product, especially the cutscenes, where new enemies are introduced, and that really comes out in the camera.
I love the OG cutscene for El Gigante.
No. He just comes out of the door?
Most cutscenes are way better in the OG.
And I'm not saying this is literal shit, but it's certainly, in my opinion, is not a fucking 10 out of 10.
That night came the honeymoon.
Oh!
Resident Evil 4 Remake is one of the best games I've played in my life.
Capcom has made essentially a perfect video game. I think it's one of the best games ever.
Resident Evil 4 Remake might be the best video game remake ever made.
I think this is just how you perfect a remake. This is how you remake a game.
This may very well be one of the best games Capcom has ever made.
The funny thing about the 10s, like, no game is perfect. I seen you were in this DVD. No game is perfect. The conversation around like what is a 10? You could shit all over a game and say it's a 10. Like it's the 10 thing is very specific to the individual.
Might very well be the most perfect horror action game.
There is no game on this planet I can like. I think Super Metroid is a 10, but holy fuck, is it way too hard to find out what the fuck to do in that game? Like some people are just lost forever. I think Final Fantasy VI is a 10, but holy fuck, do the random battles piss me the fuck off? Like. There are so many games that I think are like borderline perfect, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have flaws. Like a 10 does not mean it doesn't have flaws. It's a 10 for fun. Like if I'm playing that game and I'm having a 10 out of 10 experience with that game.
Game I ever played.
Resident Evil 4
Change what
Remake
thumbnail?
is a new bar, delivering not
YouTube
only a
one?
fantastic remake, but one of the best survival horror games ever, one of the best third-person action games ever, and one of the best survival horror games ever, one of the best third-person action games ever, and one of the best video games ever, full stop.
This is the third highest Resident Evil score of all time. This right now is a 93 based off 90 critic reviews.
Capcom gets a lot of praise for their remakes, but still not enough.
This remake, I think, is 20 times better than the original.
Whoa!
It's 100 times better.
Okay, that's a stretch.
I'll never touch the original again.
This game,
never mind, I agree.
Game is dang near perfect.
Rebuilt, refined, and realized to the full limits of its enormous potential.
Final score, 10 out of 10.
They remade a game and they fucking honored it. Wait. They took RE. I know this fucking annoying voice. I hate this fucking guy. Before, they respected everything about it, and that guy, fucking chode. I hate him. And I don't care if I get canceled. He is a piece of fucking shit. I don't agree with a goddamn word he says. It's just as good or better, in my opinion. 2024 Bawkbasoup is an absolute idiot. Me, personally, I would have RE3 Nemesis and then RE4 OG in S tier. And then after that, for the S tier switching around, I don't know. Opinion. And yeah, this guy's a fucking tourist and a LARPer too. Soul versus Soulless. He probably hasn't finished a single goddamn RE game. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Can eat my ass out with a spoon. How about hey! Time apples.
I knew something was off when I watched this video. And he did turn down the ambient sound. He did factually do that.
Turn the volume up, pendejo. Should I do that in-game? Audio. Oh, it's already maximum. All right, I agree with you.
The atmosphere is better in the OG.
So I'm gonna turn it up. I mean, it's alright.
Okay, I'm sorry. By the way, Crowbcat, I don't know what that guy was smoking. I don't think you should eat his ass out with a spoon because of the Soul versus Soulless video.
I'll just put it on 100.
I hate that guy.
How far could he have gone?
Give me also 1 second. I'm gonna pause. I want to turn up the audio slightly.
Don't include me in this.
Just boost. Just put the master volume at the highest right now, because people are still saying it's a little quiet, but it got better.
It is.
When we increase
It's all the way.
Oh, it's already. Oh, okay, great.
This pisses me off with modern games. That I say this to any indie developer in the chat. When you make a game, make it so your volume go to 200%. Jesus fucking Christ. This isn't an RE4 versus RE4 remake thing. This is a fucking video game thing. It pisses me off so much that I buy a new game and then I have it at 100% volume and I can't hear shit. It's so annoying. Oh my God. Max volume should be blowing at your speakers, dude. In my opinion.
So, okay. Yeah, you could put everything up, I guess.
If game volume needs to be turned up, let me know.
Enigma!
It might be a little low compared to Fatal Frame. Let me look in the game menu, actually. That may be better. Is everything jacked?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
Is the game audio low?
Game audio's low?
Is it? I saw one person write it, so I want to see if the rest of the chat.
We've been adjusting it.
What about the audio? Some people are saying it sounds good. Some people are saying it's low. Slightly low. Volume's a little low. Well,
also, by the way, it's showing a lot of streamers. You want to know why it's showing a lot of streamers? This is every fucking game you ever boot up as a streamer, where the chat will be like, "It's too loud. It's too quiet." There's every time, dude.
All the way up.
How's the volume?
Like this is like a master nitpick, and he knows what he's doing with this one.
Game's a little quiet.
Audio's kind of quiet.
Let's go to audio. Okay.
Now I hope there's just as many clips of RE4 OG having the perfect audio.
And volume too low. Got it.
It's a bit quiet. Game's a little low.
Yeah, and this is all sections that are just dead quiet. Like, show the OG.
The game volume by 5
The OG
decibels.
is loud, by the way.
Need
Yeah.
to do more.
The game audio is maxed out. I can't turn it up any higher. I could check in game. Yeah, let me see if I can raise up the volume.
Is that my only starring role?
Audio, nope. Okay, so I have it as loud as it can be.
It's just quiet, guys. Like I even had to raise up my goddamn TV, and it's still fucking quiet.
Ooh, this guy's mic is loud.
Audio's too quiet.
Look at this fucking guy in the corner.
This game is actually quiet.
So the wind is down here. But then when there's the gunshot...
God, RE4 OG is so fucking loud.
That's right up
it's
at the top.
way too fucking
All
loud,
over
dude.
social media, I just saw post after post after post.
The comment section under this video is pretty ugly, to put it lightly.
Oh, pardon.
It's a masterpiece. You are worsening the gaming culture.
Twitter fans.
He changed the title of the video. He has no integrity.
I'm disappointed in Crowbcat.
He could have gone after the other shitty buggy games everyone else already covered. But he instead dared to cover the pinkiest peak that is Resident Evil 4 Remake.
God, you are just the most unlikable, angry old man I've ever seen. You're sitting here daydreaming about your old-ass PS2 game while being angry about something that's almost universally loved.
This
A
part
lot
of
of
the
people
video.
really like remakes, not because they're
Man, I don't. Okay, well, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. This is like a classic cut case of what I said earlier, where you are liked as a content creator for years and years and years, and you finally release something that people dislike, and it just brings your whole reality collapsing down.
that interested in the artistic discussion of it all, but because it becomes a
Like,
social
this is-
event, a social experience.
It really does
This
feel
is a
like
cry for
people
help.
really are putting
wait, okay.
Capcom specifically on a pedestal, right?
Wait, that's my old. Okay, someone left a comment on my fucking tier list yesterday. It was like, dude, Crowbcat fucking owned you. This did not age well. And he linked a timestamp to me saying that RE4 and 4 Remake are interchangeable. And I'm just thinking, wait, where's the. I was waiting for the owning. Is that it?
They are pretending these Resident Evil remakes are
Like, he didn't even say anything about me. He just put my.
some of the best games ever made.
video.
And you know, the truth of the matter is that a lot of people haven't played the original. I mean, unless you're a boomer. That's just the reality of the situation.
True.
Most people haven't played the original, and they're not going to go back to it.
Okay, well this is disingenuous, but
to it.
I haven't played the original.
I never played the original.
Didn't play the
original. I never played the original.
Didn't play the original.
I didn't play the original.
Listen,
It's
Crob,
that
I feel you
time.
there.
It's time to lower this one 6 feet under and say,
I feel
well,
you there.
it is what it is.
Oh, Mr.
From now
Cat.
on, when I say
Or Mrs. Cat.
Resident Evil 4,
Oops, sorry.
now I have to say Resident Evil 4, the original, released on the GameCube.
You say OG.
It was cool, but forgettable.
Game of the year.
Victory lap! Warcraft! Warcraft!
Resident Evil 4.
Accepting on behalf of Resident Evil 4 is producer Hiroyuki Kobayashi.
I miss old game shows, man. It's like a fucking wrestling concert. Oh!
That's what we live for. We have to act now, and one of the things we're doing is making original games.
And there it is. I don't think that confused. It's like I missed a part of the video. I was tagged a bunch on Resident Evil. I was tagged a bunch on Twitter about like getting owned in the video, but where is it? Where's my special thanks? By the way, I take it back. I don't want Crowbcat to eat. I don't want Soul vs. Souls to eat my ass out with a spoon. So after watching this video, my opinion on RE4 Remake and RE4, has not changed. Because, well, a lot of these points are basically kicking a dead horse. Creepy Crawly. Who was doing the commentary? Like, there was someone doing a massive part of the commentary, like half the video. Hating the, like, an actual, like, hater of the video. But I don't know who it was. I won't know from this either. Crowbcat himself? I don't know what he sounds like. Come on, do I get a shout out? Please, please. Oh, Electric Underground. Oh, I see. Okay. Cool. Well, that was epic, dude. That was epic. I don't even know what to say about the end of this. Yeah, no shout. I was just kidding. I don't expect a shout out from telling this video to eat my butt out with a spoon. But okay. I don't know why people were so excited for me to react to this. Like, I'm someone. I think people that don't watch think that I like ride the meat of RE4 Remake, when in reality I love RE4 OGs a lot, and I love Remake too. I love both the games. I think there's a lot to love about both, and I think they're both 10s. I do. And you know what? 4 Remake has worse characters, has worse sound design, and a few other things, but the gameplay is far more entertaining. Something I said in my, I don't know if it was the tier list he quoted in this, or if it was the previous one that I did, but one thing I mentioned about RE4 OG, and it resonated with a lot of people, that this can contradict a lot of people's like hatred towards, oh, Bog said 4 Remake is a good game, fuck him. Here, I could contradict your elitism for 4 OG. One thing I mentioned about 4 OG in my tier list, and it's like all I said about the game in one of my tier lists, I can't remember what it was, but I didn't talk much about 4 OG because I don't talk about the games that are like 10 out of 10 incredible. Like, we all know why they're good and why they're the bad things about them. But I said that RE4 OG is the kind of game where every single time I play 4 OG, it's not the same anymore, but when I was younger, every time I played 4 OG, I would get into a certain room of the game and I'd think to myself and say out loud as a streamer, I fucking hate this room. And I get to the next room and be like, oh, I fucking hate this part. Oh, I fucking hate this room. Oh, it's so bad. This room is terrible. And in the comments, there were so many people that were like, yeah, I feel the same way. Every time I play RE4, the whole time I'm just saying out loud, I fucking hate this part. I fucking hate this part. And what I'm getting at is this video centered around like, oh, look at all the things that are bad about 4 Remake. And then you have all these reviewers being like, it's a 10. People thought the same thing about 4 OG, dude. And if you think otherwise, you're just factually wrong, because there's evidence to prove it in comment sections of my video and many other videos on the internet. If you search the bowels of the forums, where even though you go into every room in 4 OG, you're like, I fucking hate this room, you still give it a 10 at the end of the day because of the amount of fun you had with the game at the end of the day. And then when you're replaying it, you're like, I fucking hate this room. But once you overcome the challenge in the room, your brain is like, that was actually pretty fun now that I'm past it. But that's just the thing. It's like, I think this video was made out of some saltiness for how his first video was received. It feels like this didn't need to be made, but whatever. I'm always down to watch more RE4 compared to RE4 Remake. But hey, Crowbcat, please, for the love of fucking God, you want a good video, make one on RE3 Remake. Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, I think it's a little too late for that, but holy shit, man. Like 2 videos in RE4. Did he make one? I can't remember if you guys said, did he make Crowbcat RE2 Remake? I'm not seeing it in the search bar. Did he not make one? That's what sort of irks me about this double post about RE4 Remake. Oh, he deleted the video. So he did make one? At the end of the day, I'm going to finish my reaction with this. At the end of the day, I think there's a lot to criticize about the remakes for 2, 3, and 4. Like, there is a lot to criticize, and there is a lot that's going to be opinion-based. But I still love them. Well, not 3, but I still love 2 Remake, and I still love 4 Remake, because there are things about them that I love more than the OGs, and vice versa. But that video didn't really expand my brain on the 2 games. All right. Well, that was fun. I thought there'd be more drama. Everyone hyped this up as if I was getting fucking laid out to dry, but it was just a clip of my tier list. And I still, well, I think I like 4 OG more now because I've played hundreds of hours since then, but yeah, that's crazy to me. People are gonna watch my reaction to this and then they'll be like, oh my God, he still thinks RE4 Remake is a 10. As if their opinion is greater than mine, or vice versa. Yep, in my human experience, I enjoy it more.